Hi, I'm Tom. I'm in charge of Soundcraft and Studio here in the States, and we're at the 2015 NAMM Show in Anaheim. And we'll be talking about two new products we have called, or product ranges, one called the Signature and one called the UI. So at the moment I'm standing in front of the Signature, and there's two variants of this. A multi-track variant that will give, again as the name implies, multi-tracks out, and then some other frame sizes that just give you two-channel USB in and out record. In the case of the multi-track, there are two frame sizes, if you will. There's a 22 input and a 12 input, and each one of these respectively does 24 out or 14 outs via USB interface. So it'll work with any Mac or PC. On a PC it'll use ASIO drivers, on the Mac Core Audio drivers, and it uses some building blocks from older consoles that have quite a heritage with Soundcraft. One of which was called the Ghost, which was a very well-known recording console in the early 90s and was renowned for its mic preamp. So we've taken the mic preamp from the Ghost and integrated it into all these Signature series products. We've also taken EQ from a production console called the Sapphire and put it in there. And we've taken bits and pieces from other Harman brands such as DBX on the all the Signature range. There's a set of inputs that have a DBX limiter, a simple one-switch DBX limiter that can be inserted onto each of the channels. And we also have a Lexicon effect unit built into each one of these units as well. So by leveraging the brands, we've created a fairly powerful but cost-effective recording solution for many home musicians and project studio owners. So one of the things we like to say for this is, for these consoles, that you can't record for less. So on the case of the Signature 22, you get 22 mic preamps, again the Ghost mic preamps, a 4-band EQ with swept mids, fixed shelves on the high and low bands, and 5 aux sends, plus 4 audio groups. And each of the aux sends also has pre and post fader switching. So in a fairly small package, you get quite a bit of power, high quality analog circuitry, USB output for recording the computer, and at the top of each input module on the multi-track versions, there's a USB switch allowing playback from the USB jack and from the computer's hard disk recording system. There's two variants of the, as I said, the 22 and the 12 channel Signature. The 22 is $799 and the 12 channel is $399. So I'm Tom with Soundcraft USA, and we're back with our other product we've got here at NAMM 2015. Brand new, but this will be shipping as the Signature, which I discussed earlier, in April. And this is a brand new product category for us where we've taken a box with inputs and outputs. In this case, there's two variants. We're looking at the UI 16, which is the 12 mic preamp input and 2 stereo line input for a total of 16 inputs into the mix bus by 4 monitor outputs, shown up here on XLRs, and 2 main outputs, left and right. There's a smaller variant of this called this UI 12, only difference being that it has less I/O, 4 less mic inputs, and 1 or 2 other small changes. But the interface, which is the key part of it, is the same between both products. So in the case of the UI, it uses an open architecture browser. So anything that will run HTML5 can use this box. So basically we can create a control surface using an iPad or an Android or a computer or any sort of tablet to remotely control the input and output box, which I should add has a 2.4 gigahertz wireless router built into it. So the whole thing connects via Wi-Fi. You can have an external router placed in the, patched off the back side of the device, and allows you to have 5 gig routers or connected directly to another network. But the magic of the device is in the interface. And so you have a scroll that allows you to get to any of the input faders. If you need to get the mic preamp gain, you touch the first block, and that brings up mic preamp gain on faders. You also can double tap a fader and get to a 4-band parametric EQ with a high-pass filter. And these are multi-touch, allowing you to do squeezes and narrow the frequency centers down. Built into it as well is a 4 aux sends. Each aux send feeds or 4 dedicated effect sends, I should say. Each dedicated effect send, there's one for reverb, one for delay, one for chorus, and then a second delay. We also have a dynamics processing section that allows a gate, a compressor, and a de-esser to be inserted on any input or output path. On the first 2 channels, which I'll actually scroll over to right now, there's also Digitech amp modeling. So I can plug directly into the first 2 input jacks on the box and then select a different type of head and a different type of cabinet utilizing the Digitech amp modeling circuitry that we've taken from their well-known modeling devices. So another important functionality is the fact that on the 4 auxiliary outputs that are on XLR, which I'll get to just by touching here and going to aux masters, we also have provided a dedicated graphic EQ on each output, and from DBX, their frequency suppression system, AFS2, so that can sort of either by manual or sensing cut out feedback frequencies. So there's been quite a bit of power put into this device, and in the amount of time that we've got, we can only sort of show the key bits, but there's quite a bit of speed, quite a bit of ease. As you see, the surface responds fast to touches, double taps, and so you've got a lot of power built into a very small footprint at a very cost-effective price, as the UI16 is only $549 MAP, and the smaller one, the UI12, is $399 MAP.